Hey everyone, welcome to another vlog. This last video, I took you to work with me as a MedTech in memory care at night. And I regret not showing more of what I actually did, like on an hour-to-hour basis. And so tonight, I'm taking you with me to work again, but as a MedTech in assisted living. That's an entirely different facility than memory care. The people are in there for a completely different purpose. It's a lot more intensive with giving medications and things. In memory care, a lot of people have been regulated to the point where they don't have many medications at night, just because the most important thing for neuro health is to sleep. And so we don't wake them up as much as we can avoid it. And so assisted living, that's different. There's people who are managing a lot of intense pain. And so a lot more medications, a lot more things that we give people. People will call for meds a lot, and that'll be my responsibility to determine what they need and to give it to them. So this whole kind of mini series of come to work with me, my goal has kind of been to shed some light on what a CNA does, especially for you pre-meds, and also what a MedTech does, which is kind of a little classification on top of CNA. And my goal with that has been to get more people to be CNAs, because honestly, it's a pretty amazing experience for pre-meds, because it gives you a little bit of everything. And so as I go throughout these videos and take you to work with me, I hope you can kind of understand a little bit more of what a CNA and a MedTech does and relate it to you and your goals, and I think you'll get a lot of value out of it. So it's different to see you all in the daytime. I say that with a lot of my coworkers because they only really see me at night, because I've almost always been on nights. So we're running to the store because I'll do a little video about me pretty soon. But basically, my wife is a Latina. She's an immigrant from South America who immigrated a few years ago, and she loves to make food that has ingredients that I don't really know what they are and haven't used on my own. And so it makes for a lot of runs to the store, because it's not things that I get on my normal grocery run. So I'm running to the store. I'll go home. I actually just woke up. Last night was a night off for me, and so we're gonna make some breakfast, gonna do some errands today, and I'll see you tonight. He's bouncing. Good job. Yay. Yay. So tonight we're on assisted living. It's right next to memory care, but it's an entirely different animal. In memory care, there's like 15 people, and in AL, there's 50 something. Kind of just how it goes is we check on people every 2 hours, which, gets to be quite a few people. But the majority of what we do is call lights. So people just call, we can look and see what number's calling, and we go to their room and see what they need. But the name of the game is you just roll with the punches, and some nights you're gonna be running around all night, and others you really have a lot of downtime. So if you're gonna be a CNA, know that not all facilities have the same kind of workflow, and different times of the year will also have different amounts of people, and different amounts of them will be calling. Some won't call. A lot of the people we have currently are independent, and so that really makes for a lesser workload. But in the 5 years I've been here, there's definitely been quite a few times that it was like you'd go home having taken like 10,000 steps and just be exhausted. But we've been kind of spoiled the past few months, and honestly, no complaints. So somebody's calling right now, and I'm actually standing right outside their door. So I'm gonna get that call light, and we'll talk to you in a bit. But like I was saying, being a CNA, kind of the main thing is that you can't really go into it with expectations of how your shift is gonna go. And I do think that's a really great thing about being a CNA, if you wanna do anything medical, is that it kind of starts you off with that expectation that things might not go as planned, and no shift is necessarily gonna be the same as other ones. And because like somebody can call, right, and you can go in, it'll just be an accident, or it could be like they're bleeding out and you don't really know what it's gonna be. And so I feel like that's when a lot of people will quit being a CNA, is when they start to expect or hope that shifts will be a certain way, and then so frequently they go exactly the opposite. And so you kind of have to go in with an open mind, and I think that really gives you a lot of flexibility in your mindset when you're working, and especially like with people's health in mind, because you know nobody's as healthy as they should be, and that's really why they're at the hospital or needing surgery or in an assisted living place. And so you kind of just learn to be okay with that, and to know that when you're at work, you're doing what you can to help. And sometimes that's not going to be very much, like, you know, like I said, sometimes shifts will just be dead, and other times you're like nonstop going. So as long as you keep that in mind, I feel like being a CNA, you'll get a lot out of it. And for me personally, right, it's been great, because it's been like 5 years that I've been doing this. And so I haven't burned out. I know some people do, and I think that is definitely the difference, is kind of the mindset. So I just did a lot of my rounds. I need to do this haul now. Basically, we just check on people, make sure they're not on the floor, and hopefully everything goes well. So the resident is the furthest possible room from where we kind of sit during downtime. And so I walked all the way up to see what they needed, and they needed to move to their chair and to get a pill. And the pill is all the way back where I came from. So gotta go all the way back, get the pill, and walk all the way back up. So kind of some steps at the final end of the shift. So keeping awake, I guess. Back we go. Okay, so pills are given. Now I just have to go and give a couple more scheduled meds to some of our residents, and then we just wait to see if there's any more call lights, because all the rounds are done. So got about an hour and a half left in the shift, and honestly more awake than usual, which is funny. I guess it must be because I'm taking so many steps, but we'll clean things up, pass those meds, and then we'll be done and headed home. So that's how the night goes. Okay, so we're about to the end of the shift. Got like 45 minutes left, taking out the garbage again. So I guess the real question after all this is if you're a pre-med or pre-nursing, pre-PA, is being a CNA a good job for you? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say yes. And the reason for that is, objectively, being a CNA has a lot to offer in the ways of teaching you patience, teaching you adaptability. If you work like swing or night shift, teaching you independence, being able to make intense, complex decisions with little supervision. Because for me, there are many times when I'll walk into a room and there's some high intensity thing going on, some crazy abdominal pain. I walked in on seizures before, and all this at like 3 a.m. And so it's kind of up to you in that moment to decide what to do. And there's a lot of things you have to take into account, and I won't go into it too much, but the point is that being a CNA gives you opportunity to learn routine in medicine and to do a lot of bedside manner, but also to think critically. So objectively, yes, I think it's a good thing to go into, at least as a pre-med or pre-PA. Gets you a lot of clinical hours. It's really flexible, and honestly, a lot of the time it's not super intense. So honestly, hop on Indeed, see what you can find, because it really is kind of a hidden valley of pre-med clinical hours that I think a lot of you would enjoy. So give it a try. So just about to head out, checking on the last couple set of rooms that had people fall recently. Yeah, thanks for coming along tonight. We're hopefully gonna do more videos like this in the future as more kind of cool things come up and changes happen. But like I said, I start med school in July, and so until then, I'm just kind of working, spending time with the kid, with my wife, because I know that time's gonna get a lot less plentiful once I start med school. So if you like this video, drop a comment down below, things you'd like to see me cover in the future, more day in the life stuff. Just maybe, I was thinking about doing a weekend in the life with my wife and my son, and so look for that in the future. But like, favorite, subscribe, all the things, and we'll see you in the next one.